Make sure y'all volumes is down.
Yep. Okay.
Welcome. This is the Smartest Dumb People, and I'm the host, Anthony That Dude Johnson. And to my right, I have the First Lady, Treese herself. And we actually have a special guest today. This is a big deal for me because I've known this woman since I was in the 9th grade. I've known her for about 20 years. I love her to death. She's like family to me. This is Yo-Yo, Yolanda. Welcome to the show. She's one of our top fans. She's always supporting us. She actually got her own quote on the back of her shirt today because she's so important to what we do. She's so important. We got a dope show tonight, Freestyle Friday. We got a lot to talk about. First topic. We're gonna jump straight to it. Make sure you like and share. By the way, everybody in here, make sure you like and share. Shout out to everybody that came into the party. So, we got the first topic of the day. We're going to talk about toxic friendships ending. This is actually Yo-Yo topic, but I'll go first. Toxic friendships ending. So, in context, what she's meaning is when you always bickered and fought with one of your friends and it was just time to end the relationship, why y'all just can't go your separate ways. I personally have been experiencing it. Let's speak the real shit. I've been personally experiencing it within the last 2 years. Just my friends just falling off, like people I really loved and genuinely cared about, and it's still hard. And like Yo-Yo said, she said you need a grieving period, and I really feel like I'm still in that period because like there's times where I'll be like, I miss my dogs, you know what I'm saying, or I miss my people, but at the same time I knew that it wasn't healthy for me to continue to talk to them. We're gonna start with Yo-Yo, what's your opinion on toxic relationships? And that's just because you new to the show. Shout out to Yolanda. Thank you for being here. What's your opinion on toxic behaviors with friendships ending?
Okay, first of all, I want to say thank you to Anthony for having me on tonight. Sitting here with you in Maxwell is a privilege.
Thank you.
And the first thing I wanted to say about just having a friend over a long period of time, like 5 or 6 years, when we develop those type of relationships, we see ourselves in that other person. We share a lot of ourselves with that other person. We share our families. We share secrets that we're hoping the other person will take to the grave.
Yeah.
We got those trust. We trust them. We love them, and so you invest in that energy for a long period of time, but for some reason the relationship is starting to break down.
Yeah.
So you start to have these arguments and this friction, and you start to realize that we just either outgrew each other or we just can't continue this relationship anymore because it's not going anywhere. It's not helping us grow. It's not giving us emotional wealth or well-being. And so we have to end it. And what people have to understand when they end a friendship from that long, you do enter a grieving process. You're angry, you're upset. You keep going over and over in your head. What went wrong? What could you have done different? And so going through that process, you have to allow yourself to feel all of that. You can't close yourself off to those feelings, because once you do, you start to become angry towards the other person. You lash out. You talk bad about them to other people. Some people end up fighting. Some people get other people involved.
Yeah.
And then the lies start to get thrown. The lies is what is a big issue after ending a friendship that long. And you gotta reel it in. You got to have that closure conversation without the anger. Even though it could be really toxic and you just want to, bust on the person. But you don't, as we get older, you don't, fight people anymore. But
I think that's my biggest flaw.
I agree.
I think that's my biggest flaw is that, my biggest flaw, it came from family members. So, I'm going to speak on this. My family members always talk bad about me, and I'm telling you, I was so loyal to my family. I loved them, and my family members would talk bad about me to other people, like strangers, motherfuckers that ain't even in the family circle. So what I learned to do is I stopped talking about people. and I carried it over into any toxic friendships I had. Like a motherfucker could say something about hey, remember Lil Rodney? I don't, even if me and Lil Rodney got a problem, I don't know how to talk bad about Lil Rodney because I don't have the energy. Listen,
right.
A friendship, it can end. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a motherfucker looks bitter when they continue to talk about you to other people.
Yeah.
And trust me, I'm learning every day that it don't work for all people.
Yeah.
And it definitely, like, listen, I don't have the energy to talk bad about nobody. It's just because even the motherfuckers that I'm not friends with anymore, I still love. Like Kevin Gates said, I could love you, but I can't fuck with you no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? That don't mean I don't love you.
Another thing about Kevin Gates did do an interview, and he said that when I love somebody, I love them all the way. I will ride for them. I will die for them. You know, I will put my total self into that relationship. And when you have people that do that, you have to understand their value. You have to understand their time. And you have to respect and appreciate that. I think the respect is lost when those friendships end. And then when you have a certain someone who is an antagonizer, an instigator, that will constantly keep calling that specific person to make sure the issue rises or it's a festering situation. And, you know, they always say misery loves company. So you got to be mindful of those people who keep calling you saying that, well, so-and-so said this about you and so-and-so was here and they was talking about if you pull up or if you do this or if you do that. And so those are the type of people you cannot continue to communicate with because you have to cross over. Yeah. And that's what's on my back. I'm trying to help y'all cross over.
Show them the symbol. Maxwell, what's your opinion? This is Yolanda's shirt. Top band shirt. I'm trying to help you cross over. And I'm
trying to help somebody cross over.
What's your opinion on friendships, toxic friendships ending?
My opinion on toxic friendships ending is, you know, it's a little bit different when you're out of high school and you're older. Friends do grow apart. People's lives change, and some people do not evolve. You have those friends that might still be partying and gossiping and doing childish things, and you trying to level up.
You trying to be a grown-ass man.
Yes, and you have to leave them types of people behind. Also, Yolanda mentioned about being too old, you know, to be out here fighting. Yeah. That is true, but some people, you got to meet them where they are when they pull your card. I'm sorry.
I'm fat and out of shape. So, and they say you pussy if you don't want to. No, listen, nigga. I'm not 25 years old. I'm not about to be wrestling in the street with nobody. You can get these shells that I have waiting for you at any moment. So
also Yolanda mentioned about the grieving process. Yeah. To me, it's a little bit different for me because I guess to me, I'm grieving while you're doing like messed up stuff. Yeah. So to me, when I make up my mind that it's done, it's cut off. I'm not even giving it a second thought. To me, it's like no contact after that. I'm just done with you.
Let's get some comments.
The disrespect also, I think that it's a fine line between disrespect and people that are friends. You have to realize that when you're friends with somebody, you both are adults and you got to know how to talk to people. Yeah. You cross that line, then people will treat you like we're going outside that friendship. Yeah, so let's go to some of the comments.
DeMarcus keep commenting.
DeMarcus Mosley, he says, yes, let's talk about real friends. Janice says, some people are seasonal. They are only in your life for a season. That is very true.
Shout out to Medea.
DeMarcus says, I only lose friends over disloyalty. And that's the biggest thing. And it definitely is. Brandy says, family is no exception. DeMarcus says, the fake homie trying to holler at your woman on the low. Brandy says, it's okay to grow and leave people where they are at. That is true. Paige says, we are grown. We all have our own lives. But when we link up, it's all love. That's true, but like I said, for me, it's the disrespect. Also, I've learned that you cannot friend too many women. I tend to get along better with guys sometimes.
I definitely
because women, they get catty, they gossip, they get jealous, and then they have friends that get jealous, and then they play the Facebook games.
Speak on that, though. Let's speak on that, because I'm glad you mentioned that. The difference in being friends with a woman and being friends with a man.
Yes.
Let's break it down together as men and women. So with women, this is what I like. All of my friends are really women. This is what I learned about women. y'all will find any fucking reason to stop talking to a fucking person for a certain amount of time, and then when you're ready to talk to them, you'll talk to them. And that's what women like. Even shout out to Sway. Sway, one of my good friends.
Hey, Sway.
She would just randomly not talk to me, and I'm like,
well,
what the fuck I do to you?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, I used to do that, but the only reason why I used to do that, like ghost people, is because I have a real bad temper. And so I give myself that time to settle down, because I feel like when I approach people directly about what's going on, I don't like when people downplay my emotion. Yeah. I don't like when people play stupid.
Yeah.
Don't play stupid, because you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
And so that's why I give myself that time to like ghost people and settle down, and then come back and have the conversation, because I know myself. And you know, when I was younger, I am a hitter. You know, I will bust on you.
Are you a bulldog?
I will.
Now that I think about it,
I will. I hate to say that.
I don't like to argue. I don't like being hollered at, yelled at, cussed at. To me, yes, I will swing
with the smoke.
I will swing on a person before I have to argue with them. And I think it only gets worse the older you get, because ain't nobody got time to be getting their blood pressure up with all that arguing and shit back and forth. So
Tony Brown said he can't hear.
Tony, you need to turn your mic up, sir.
That's not on our part. I can.
Tell Pops that's on his part. That's Pops, ain't it? Tell him.
Click the button on the side of your phone and like see if you can turn the volume up or something.
Turn the mic up on your phone.
But yeah, with women, it's just a lot of jealousy, gossip, and then it's like spitefulness. Like even after you stop being friends with a woman, they will keep on talking. You will keep hearing gossip.
That's the new thing that guys are doing now. Like, if I'm being honest, that's what men doing now. I don't know. Motherfucker can say whatever they want to say. I've always been a real stand-up guy. I don't go out my way to start no mess, to bring no drama to my life, because, listen, I'm a peaceful nigga. I don't have the energy to argue with nobody. I got 2 kids that I want to see grow up, get married, and have kids.
At our age, we know how to refocus that energy, and that's where I wish the younger generation will start understanding that you need to figure out how to focus your energy. Everybody wants to solve the problem, solve the issue. Some people think just, get it over it, dust them off, beat them up, and then let it go. But once you do that, the other person can't let it go. They want to keep coming back until they feel like they can win. You know what I mean?
That's considered a narcissist, though.
Well, if you beat somebody up and then they want to keep coming back until they can win, I don't think that's a narcissist. Because if you beat me up, I want round 2.
So what if you beat him up mentally? What if you beat him up mentally?
Okay, now, mentally.
What if you beat him up mentally? That's considered
now, if you beat him up mentally, yes. There is some narcissism in that mental attacking. Now, that's true. That is true. That's true.
No cap. Hey, make sure, y'all, these shirts are for purchase. Yes, we can also put your name at the bottom.
Brandy. Brandy said, I don't give myself time, LOL. I'm deaf speaking on it. And if you hurt, you hurt. But I said what I said.
Shout out to Chris.
Paige says, you have to recognize when they throwing shade or when they acting funny and then leave them the F alone.
But what's throwing, listen, the shade throwing.
I recently had that happen. So, a friend I felt like had disrespected me, because when you call somebody on the phone and you call them a bitch and you're cussing at them, and this is a grown woman that you're dealing with, you are overstepping your boundaries. Calm yourself down and then call me and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. So when I addressed that, I had made a post on Facebook, and I was just simply saying, like, women in their 30s and their 40s don't keep having to get into it and argue with each other over gossip. And I just said that basically, like, women in their 30s and 40s, when you have positive, like, good friendships, the conversation is different. You talk about leveling up. You talk about positive things. But this person in return went on Facebook, posted a status about me, bitches this and bitches that, and they weird and da da da.
That's when
I'm scared of some
earlier when you said sometimes you gotta meet somebody.
You have to meet people where they're at.
Sometimes that's okay.
Yes.
don't know.
Because when you have, I feel like when you have tried to talk to a person and be peaceful and say, hey, I felt like you disrespected me. Let's not let that happen again, because if we gonna maintain a good friendship, you have to respect me, and you know I gotta respect you. And this person starts popping off with you, and it's like, damn, I ain't even coming at you sideways.
No,
but you're popping off to me, so now you're gonna make me meet you where the hell you at.
I want to say what Chris, because Chris is in here. Shout out to Chris. Chris said it best. In the hood, we gonna say in the hood, but hood we gonna use the term hood for just toxic relationships. Yeah. In the hood, people take kindness for weakness.
Yes.
And I'm being honest with you. Motherfuckers hate that I'm friendly and I smile and I make TikTok videos of my daughter. They think I won't pop them. That's the problem. And I keep like, and I'm like, and I'll be like, and I'm the type of person I'll even be like, I don't want the smoke. I'm telling you, I don't want the smoke. I'm friendly. So there's no need to attack me. There's no need to come. Listen, and there's been so many subliminal posts about me. I'm cool. I'm chilling. I have two beautiful women here telling their stories with me. We vibing. It's a positive vibe. Ain't no negative energy. That's what life is about. I don't have time for the hate and the shade throwing like Paige said.
Right.
I am on a different
Brandy,
way.
you know something I don't know?
Brandy, what she said? What Brandy say?
She said, Brandy says, I barely have friends to do a girls trip.
Well, I don't have, like I said, the only friend
that was what the incident stemmed from, so maybe she knows something I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, all right, I think we killed this topic.
You were supposed to go on a girls trip, Maxwell?
We did go on a girls trip, and some things happened after that.
And then when you came back, you just want to bust.
No, it wasn't even with, it wasn't, but listen, I went on a trip with my homegirl, but it was other girls, but we were not with them. And so some things were said, and it got kind of carried away after that.
I felt like we touched on this topic. Look, Yo-Yo on the show, I knew she was going to do this. She's very similar to one of our old castmates. I tell her that all the time. She reminds me of LV.
Denise, she said, this why I'm quick to cut people off, because I'm not with the subliminal.
Yeah.
I'm not either. Cut and block.
All right, so I think we're done with the toxicity, even though we're going to another toxic topic. So we got a topic we want to discuss. We done with the friendships. I feel like we touched on that enough. We jump into the next topic, which is a 13-year-old girl was found. Her mom went to her phone and found her posting pictures of her butt, and I feel sorry for this little girl.
For $5.
For $5. I feel sorry for this little girl, but at the same time, I'm hurt. I mean, I'm mad at her as well. So I'm gonna break it down as a parent. She said they saying that you need to check your kid's phone, blah blah blah. And shout out to Tori. Shout out to Mr. Shabazz. He said we're living in a hypersexualized society.
Yeah.
And the problem is that this woman would rather go on social media and post a video of her calling her daughter bitches and hitting her daughter and asking her why is she doing these things instead of trying to get to the root of the problem. The root of the problem is social media within itself. These kids see Cardi B's and Meg Thee Stallions twerking, kissing each other, doing anything, and sex sells. So in society nowadays, sex sells. Yolanda, you came over here in a nice sweater, hair tied back, eyebrows, eyelashes on fleek, and you know what Maxwell said to you? You're so beautiful.
Yes, she did. Maxwell did pay me, and I paid her the same compliment.
But neither one of y'all come in here twerking. Neither one of y'all came here breakdancing and doing splits on the floor to get attention. That's what we have to teach our kids. That's what our kids are seeing, these rock stars.
Yes.
You're right.
And they,
you're right.
And they, yeah.
So the only thing I wanted to say about this particular video, this mother got 56,000 views, and she did catch her daughter sending pictures of her behind for $5, asking for $5. The way the mother scolded the 13-year-old daughter
was out of line.
It did not make the little girl feel loved. It did not make her feel like she was supported in making a mistake.
Yeah.
The mother called her a bunch of bitches. She said, "Why you sending your flat ass over the internet? Don't nobody want to look at that."
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're right.
And she basically tore the little girl down so bad that those are the reasons why some of those little girls act out like that, because they're looking for someone else to give them that validation that her mother is not giving her. I understand the mother being upset about the man who wanted to pay the $5 for the photos or whatever. That's understandable. But as black women raising young daughters, we have to watch how we scold them.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Yo-Yo.
No, go ahead.
I want to speak on my personal example.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Recently my daughter had text messages it was a group chat. It wasn't individually. And it was inappropriate conversation. My daughter's 11 years old. And I didn't call her a little bitch. I didn't slap her.
Right.
I didn't choke her.
Right.
I said to her, Stink. I said her, I put my arm around her and said, Stink, you beautiful. Do you know
yes,
you're gonna
and you have to say that.
And do you know how many men are going to be at your feet when you're of age? Like, grow first. Like, enjoy watching SpongeBob and eating pizza on my watch and my tab. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to grow up before your time. I'm telling you what, and like I just preached to her, like, it's okay to be a child. Yeah. Like, I understand that all of your friends want to be grown, but look, I didn't move you way out here. We could have did that shit down at Spencer Projects, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
If you want to live this life of an adult at 11 years old, I wouldn't have moved you into a better gated community to help with the way you function mentally.
Yeah.
And like I said, I didn't scold her or call her out her name. I just was telling her how hurt I was for her to even consider conversations like that.
And that's very important coming from a black father, because a lot of these young girls don't have that.
Mental illness is real.
It is real. Yes.
And people and people don't understand, like, mental illness really, like, I don't got no degrees or none of that shit, but I love studying the human brain, and I know it's very fragile. The human brain is very fragile. So I don't have the energy to tear down an 11-year-old girl. I won't even tear down a fucking 45-year-old man. What I look like tearing down my 11-year-old daughter because she made a mistake.
Yeah.
So mental illness is real, and I don't play those games when it comes to my children. And like you said, I love how you said that. You said you have to allow her to make a mistake and correct it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what her mama should have did was got off of the motherfucking phone.
Yes.
And spent time with her, and watched the cartoon with her, and ate some popcorn with her, and explained to her, like, what you're doing is not only unacceptable. I might want to go get you psychiatrically evaluated, but I'm going to evaluate yourself. I'm going to evaluate you first before we take it there. If you can't change your ways, then we might have to go get you psychiatrically evaluated. But I'm going to sit down and caress you and love you every way you need to be loved as a parent.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Nurture you. And then, like I said, there are some mentally sick kids out there. But the first psychiatrist that a kid knows is who? The parent.
That's right.
My mama was a nurse, doctor, psychiatrist.
That's right.
My mama was a fucked up psychiatrist, though. She could cook. My mama could cook some chicken and tacos. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, as a parent, you have to start with, like, you're the first line of defense before your kid reaches this outside, fucked up, corrupt society that we live in. So we have to nurture them and love them to where it can't be no question when they go out to the outside world, a man offering you $5 for a picture of your ass, you would say to yourself, my mama would kill me. Mm-hmm. My mama would be disappointed in me. My mama would be hurt if I did that. No, sir. Matter of fact, I'm giving my mom the information, and we're going to call the laws. Yeah. That's how the brain works. And like I said, all she did was give her even more ammunition and more fuel to the fire to act fucked up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And
she definitely didn't give her the education that she needed, that at her age, how dangerous it is to do things like that. Because, you know, they're teenagers, they go to the mall by themselves or walk around the corner and hang out with their friends by themselves.
Right.
So,
was y'all twerking and shit at 11 years old? I mean, I'm asking y'all a real question.
I'm going to tell you right now, I was the ringleader of my little cousins, and we was going to the park, we was climbing trees, but this is 1980, you know, 1986, 1987,
social media ruined that.
stuff like that. And so, we was running around the block, letting people know what time it was. But the twerking
wasn't even an option. Wasn't even a thought.
Yeah, social media kind of ruined that.
I'll never forget when I was a kid, I was like 13 years old, and my friends was like, they wanted me to break this girl virginity. True story. And I was like sensitive about it. I'm like, I don't want to. I want to be a virgin until I'm married. And my homeboys laughed at me until I was fucking 17 years old. I wanted to be a virgin until I was married. So this 13-year-old girl, which was the cutest girl in the projects, everybody wanted to be with her. She wanted to sleep with me. And I turned down so much cat when I was a young boy, but it was because I had respect for myself. Yeah. Even though I was in the worst neighborhood, the most corrupt, violent neighborhood, it was still in my soul to do right by myself and this woman. As a child, but I feel like my dad and my mom, when they were together, they instilled like good in me. Like, granted, do me and my mom have the best relationship? No, but my mom has good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and shout out to my mom. I ain't talked to my mom in a while, and I guarantee you, if I talk to my mom recently or in the next couple days, you know what she gonna say? Fuck them niggas, keep doing what you do. And that's what I love about my mom. Because she gives me that energy that I ain't got it from her recently, but I'm saying, but to me that's still a good person to say, who gives a fuck what people think about you? Love yourself, worry about yourself, do what you gotta do for yourself, and that's the gift that my mom had. So, like I said, she wasn't no psychiatrist though, because the psychiatrist ain't gonna say, fuck them people, do what you do. No, the psychiatrist want to get to the root of the problem. My mama like, fuck the root of the problem, fuck them, do your thing. And that's still good for people that's dealing with toxic shit. You know what I'm saying?
I do like Allie Delaney said the little girl had to learn it from somewhere. She had to learn it from somewhere.
The mom is toxic.
The mom might be a stripper though.
The mom, first of all, she was calling her a bitch.
I know.
On live. That's problem number one. It starts at home with the parents, but if your parents, don't even know how to raise you properly, then you're just kind of screwed. You're screwed before you even get out into society. But also, I'm tired of seeing people going viral, for disciplining their kids on
56,000 views.
On social media. It's like
that was
back in the day. Kids got disciplined at home, and the whole world did not see your kid getting humiliated.
I felt bad just telling my daughter's story. You know what I'm saying? Like, but with the last motherfucker.
No, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's when you are humiliating your child and humiliating yourself, and you putting it out there for the world to see. Like the father that beat his daughters, with the belt for, I think they was twerking or something, and he beat them with a belt, Oh,
that's definitely not healthy. But again, you got to go back to the root of the problem. The root of the problem is this is the parents' avenue to make themselves look good or go viral. Because to me, all that was her trying to go viral for the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The last motherfucking thing you want is to go viral for calling your daughter a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. At 13, that is really sad.
You're never going to live that down. You're having a conversation with people in Omaha, Nebraska is having a conversation about what you said.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're way in goddamn Tennessee or some shit.
Yeah.
So you going viral for the wrong reason.
Right.
Y'all ready to jump ship or y'all want to stay here?
Oh, one other thing, like if the little girl was selling pictures of her privates, for $5, that says to me it's no different than a child going in the store stealing something. When kids don't have money or they don't get an allowance, they gonna find a way to get it. Nowadays, they will go and steal. She was questioning
her amount. That was more disturbing.
Yeah, she was like, and you doing it just for $5? Like, that was very disturbing.
Low key, that whole video was disturbing. Now that like when you digest what the parent was doing and what the parent said, like to the amount, I wouldn't know if my daughter's ass is worth $20 or $5. It don't fucking matter.
That is disgusting even say.
Yeah, it is.
That's one thing. When I was, growing up, I'm glad that I did have my dad around because he lectured the hell out of us. I was scared to do anything because of the way he just lectured us and told us stories. We were scared to do any damn thing. Now, don't get me wrong. We bumped our head a few times and did stupid shit, but I
feel like bumping your head is different than blatantly running into traffic full speed. Like, definitely, you're gonna make mistakes. That's like, you know what I'm saying? But I had a niece that she was wearing this halter top. My niece is built like her whole family. They all like thick women. She had a fucking Nike sports bra on. Keep in mind, she was 18 and a half. And she had a Nike sports bra on. First off, I wanted to grab her so bad by her neck when I see her in these little tight ass Nike leggings and this old ass man from across the street. Hey, what y'all doing? Ain't y'all supposed to be in school? And then her grandma and my kid's mom was just sitting there watching this old man thinking he's being like funny to them.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, he's fucking being a pervert.
Yeah.
Right. And I went out there, Tate, go put some fucking clothes on.
Yeah.
And then she got, listen, it was so disturbing at her reaction towards me. I'm your uncle. I'm like a father to you. I love you. Don't ever insult me. She came for me like she was, I'm grown. Listen. The Lord be with me sometimes because those are the times that I would go to jail and I would have to fight your mama and your grandma. Because what I don't like is I'm showing you respect by telling you you can't disrespect yourself by the outfit you're wearing.
Yeah.
This man is coming for you. And for everybody just watch this girl basically tell me shut the fuck up. This little 18-year-old that I helped raise, shut the fuck up. It was very disturbing and hurtful to me. And I still ain't lived it down. I'm still, you want to talk about grieving? I'm grieving over that situation because
I'm glad you brought that up because when I was smaller, maybe 15, 16, I wasn't really aware of my shape like other women and men were. But like my aunt one time, she put me, she was like, "Oh, try this body dress on. It's gonna look so cute on you." And then she was like, "Oh, go outside." And this is off of 42nd and Ames.
Oh.
So I go outside in a body dress,
and everybody.
And my aunts and cousins is laughing because dudes is stopping, honking and stuff. And so I'm like, okay, I don't really feel comfortable anymore, so I run in the house and take the dress off. But see, a lot of,
hypersexualized society.
Don't
back then, they wouldn't have caught it.
Right.
But nowadays, when you see pussy popping on Instagram and Facebook and Cardi B tongue kissing the strippers as she's a married woman, we're living in a hypersexualized society, so they're not catching it. Me, I'm old school, and I'm a die old school. I hold the door open for women. I'm respectful. I'm old school. I'm going to the grave with that. So I catch little shit like a 15-year-old girl body is too nice to be walking around in these tights.
For sure.
My child, listen, I'm prepared for the smoke.
Yeah.
Her whole family is built like that. The minute my daughter get any type of shape, ain't no leggings. We not walking around in leggings. You put on goddamn Nike jogging suits and going to school. I'm serious because what I ain't gonna do is allow.
I get it. That's how my dad was up he dropped us off at school, so he's seen what we wore to school every day. But trust me, if he felt like something wasn't appropriate, go back in there and rethink your outfit because we ain't wearing that today.
We got like 26 minutes. I think we probably should jump topics.
Okay.
Anybody else got anything to say about this before we jump topics?
No. Did y'all want to read any comments?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Okay. Janice said, Allie. She says, I have two daughters, 7 and 2, and I teach them with self-respect and honoring themselves. Paige Crummer said the parents were trying to show off in that video where they were disciplining, where the lady was disciplining the 13-year-old girl.
And Paige is an amazing mother. Shout out to Paige. She's an amazing mother.
Paige also says that's fine to have a sexualized world or whatever, but I will never let my daughter or nieces and nephews be a part of that. F that. Janice says, I did the crybaby with the neighborhood girls when I was 11.
You know what crybaby is?
I was following the crowd. Didn't know any better.
None of these young women in here, none of these young Thundercats in here know anything about what you just said.
We know what the crybaby is.
That's when you have your stomach and you do this and you twerk. Sis, you lucky I ain't catch you doing a goddamn crybaby. You got a Nike up your ass. Anybody else comments?
Let me see. Oh.
Maxwell, you want to get you another drink?
I'm cool. Paige says, didn't give her the education or the love or the guidance. That's true, too. One thing I noticed about the video is where was her dad? Because sometimes, a girl needs to hear that from her father.
Her father might be irate. Unless she don't have a... Trust me, a woman make a video like that, the father is not in her life.
And that's what I get, too.
Yeah.
That's the whole vibe I get, too.
Yeah, the father is not in her life.
There.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is a great show. We're doing amazing. I want to get to all of the topics because we got to discuss all of these topics while Yo-Yo here.
Definitely.
Because Yo-Yo a busy lady, by the way. This woman is fucking got master degrees and some other shit. She's dope. So next topic. Let me get the next topic.
We're talking about the
Uber driver.
The Uber driver that was assaulted. So the two women were actually arrested recently for assaulting that Uber driver. One woman was arrested, I think, in Las Vegas, and the other woman was supposed to self-surrender. They went viral. She got in the Uber and did not want to wear a mask, and so she kind of
coughing and screaming on him, calling him bitches,
smacking him in the head.
And this is the only thing I miss about a few of my castmates is that, like, this topic, we can eat this up. It's gonna be hard to eat this up with two strong black women on this panel, but I'm gonna try. So, in my opinion, this is what's wrong with society. Women are becoming the new aggressors. Yeah. No, they're taking away the masculinity of a man.
Because I knew you was going to say something.
They're taking away the masculinity of a man. There's no way a woman should be talking to a man like that. Coughing it up, talking about, I'll fuck you up, get out the car, bitch. Ma'am, I will grab you with this. I got sausage fingers. I grab you with these sausage fingers. It's a wrap. Okay, so all I'm saying is that we're living in a society where they're taking away the masculinity of a man. We sat and watched the man in a car get cussed out, coughed on, mistreated by women. And I don't know if dude is living in that society to where he believes he's not a man. But I would have got out the car and dog walked all three of them on the fact that I've done nothing wrong. It's all being recorded.
I would like to know their ages. They look very young to me. To open your mouth and just openly cough on someone.
It was deeper than coughing though. She was like, I think she grabbed him a couple times. And
she even snatched his mask off. She ripped his mask off his face. That's what I'm saying.
She was getting physical with him.
I feel sorry for him because number one, he's a foreigner. And what I've seen, like with a lot of foreigners, is they don't like to even call law enforcement or anything. They don't like to draw any attention to themselves.
Sounds like a black man to me.
Because of fear of like being deported or, just having charges brought up against them is just more trouble than it's worth, as far as they're concerned. But
and he was asking them to get out the car and they wouldn't get out the car.
He was, and you could tell that he was like very fed up and frustrated. But the one thing he knew, like, don't hit these women because they gonna take me to jail because I'm the man.
But I feel like
and then he would have been justified.
Wasn't they hitting him?
Yes, he probably would have been justified at that point for putting hands on him because it was being recorded. But sheesh, they should have been arrested.
We living in a society where this behavior is becoming more prevalent and okay. And like whatever happened to just like be it like as we sit here and sip our wine and have a conversation. This is a classy conversation. Right. Whatever happened to that? Like
I think we have to be mindful of their age and the way that they live.
Upbringing.
The upbringing. That's definitely a big factor. And I do agree with you about the level of aggression that women are starting to partake in against men. I mean, it's beastly.
It's beastly.
And a lot of men are intimidated by that, for a woman to be like, fuck you and shit, I'm gonna pop you upside your head, and a man is like
I'm glad I ain't never been in that situation.
Because nowadays when the police come, they automatically gonna cuff the man, and they gonna assume that the man then hit the woman upside her head and he's going to jail.
That's what the goal is. The goal is to lock as many.
Don't get it twisted. A woman can and will go to jail.
Well, no,
dealing with a man.
Well, if a woman is smart enough to come into the situation where the police pulls up and act accordingly, no. They're going to.
No, you can still act accordingly and still go to jail.
Well, unless the nigga got a knot upside his head, that's different. But I'm saying, like, I know, and I'm not even a cop. Firsthand, if I go to a domestic scene, I'm going to ask, ma'am, what happened? That's natural, because you always, ladies first.
Yeah.
So, if this lady is acting accordingly and say, my boyfriend hit me, like I said, scars and shit like that will have to be approved. But I'm saying, like, the woman is always going to be approached as the victim.
Yeah.
Unless she fuck that motherfucker when you pull up. That different. Man, I know she the motherfucking bulldog and culprit of this. Let's go talk to her and get this shit done right now. Like, that's common sense. what's your opinion? Do we get Yolanda's opinion on that?
I know that when I looked at the video, she also did this one other time. She was out of town somewhere. I think it was like Hawaii or somewhere.
It was Vegas, I think.
No, they arrested one of them in Vegas, but she was out of town somewhere. She did this prior to this incident. Okay. She had assaulted another Uber driver.
That's what she do.
And it was on camera again. Yeah. And so she, they never caught up to her for that one, but this one they did, and I feel like, she should have been arrested.
I believe Uber as a company definitely should have flagged her information, and you got to start banning some of these people.
Lyft did. Lyft jumped on the bandwagon, and they banned her also.
You got to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got 3 more topics. Y'all ready for the second topic?
Yeah.
The fourth topic?
Yeah.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You sure?
Yes.
All right, so the Sienna Francis House actually came up with a program that's creating, I think it was like 46 mini homes. I don't like this now that I think about it when we're discussing it, because if it's only like 46 that they're building and they're only saying that it can't be a 2-family home or 2-person home, so it's 46 fucking people.
And they're saying that they need 80,000.
80,000 homes?
For each single unit, right?
80,000.
And Yolanda,
but it's a total of 50 homes on 16th and Charles.
So the Francis House came up with a program. The program was looking for $6 million to create these mini homes because they're running out of space in their actual Francis House, which is actually a really dope idea. And I want to mention this real quick. I always thought, like, all of these homeless people, why can't we create a little world in these like open fields for them with little homes and shit like that? And then like I would have conversations with people that know this shit, like shout out to Shabazz, and he'd be like, well, that's because this is owned by this land is owned by this whoop whoop. I feel like I don't know how to get to the root of the problem. I feel like this is a huge start though.
Right.
With Sienna doing that, it's a huge start for the fact that, like, let's build these little homes. And I want you to get an example of Home Depot. That was a pretty dope idea. Like, the Home Depot home has a toilet.
Yeah. So the homes at Home Depot, they're $13,000 a piece, and I think you can lease them for like $295 a month. Yeah, for $295 a month, and then it has a room, a bathroom. It's equipped with everything that you need. And I think with the Sienna Francis House, I think what they're trying to do is transition people into living on their own instead of depending, because most of the people at the Sienna Francis House, let's be honest, they have belonged to that community for a long time. Because of the drug and alcohol abuse. They know they can go there and get a room. They know they can go there and get a meal. So I think they're getting into trying to transition 50 people at a time to live on their own, but they did say it's a single dwelling. So it's not for families, it's not for guests, so you can't kick it. You know what I mean? So it definitely has a lot of restrictions to it, but also it's going to add value to that area.
I felt like you made a good point with you was joking. You said, shit, move my daughter in my backyard. But listen, wouldn't that be a hell of a program for kids transitioning out of high school?
That would be good.
And you purchase your own home, you pay for the lease, and you got this house in the backyard of your parents' home. You have to own your own home to do that. But I'm saying, like, yo, this is your crib. This is your rent. For the next year, it's your senior year. You get up, you set your alarm clock, you do all these things. You go to work, you come home, you pay your rent. I want $50 a month for your light bill. This is actually a good idea. Besides for homeless people, it's actually a great idea to transition kids that's almost out of high school. Because shout out to my son. My son, he impresses me every day as a young man. So ever since I moved out, my son damn near took my place. He'd be like, Dad, so what I do, I got to call the Cox Cable and pay the $175 and I tell him, but I feel like he's transitioning into being a young man. And I wish they had programs like that as the Sienna does. Fuck the drug addicts and these people. I'm not saying fuck homeless people, but I'm saying, like, if you want to start grown ass men and grown ass women.
Oh, Brandy got a good I like her comment. She said also for foster kids aging out. Yep. I think that's important. Yep. I've heard a lot about, foster kids that turn 18 and they're just thrown out. That's just it. They age out of the system and there's like no support, system for them after that.
And it depends on the program. I know there are 2 good programs that actually do transition 18-year-olds very well. Mm-hmm. But there are a lot of them, the majority of them, will just drop their asses on their head.
Yeah.
And that's the sad. I seen a movie on that shit where a lady was taking, and it's a true story. She was taking the foster kids.
I didn't get to watch that.
No, well, it's just me and random conversations, and I'm random as fuck. But she was taking these foster kids. She was like the mother of the foster kids, like the home.
Are you talking about the I Care a Lot movie? No.
Okay. But very similar.
Okay.
So she would take these foster kids that when they turn 18, like you said, they just drop them on their head. Well, they would say, we're going to take you to the nearest the nearest Francis House homeless center. We're done with you. Mm-hmm. But what this woman was doing was she was fucking selling the girls to Mexico, and it's a true story.
Oh my God.
And she was selling the girls, like she'll convince the girls to put on blindfolds, get in the truck, tie them up, and then she'll give them to the Mexican cartel. This is actually a true story. You can look it up. I'll find out what it is and post it to the Smartest Dumb People. But it's an actual movie, and it's a prime example of what you said. Like, foster kids need it the most, because if I don't have any parents to live with after the age 18 and I'm just fucked, and I go, we got to start small. And I feel like as an adult, a person that's been regardless of what drugs you are on, what type of issues you have, unless it's really, really mental issues, let's start small. Fuck, the small houses should go to teaching our kids how to be adults. And then instead of, we so backwards in society, like, because the
first of all, we never had the structure.
When you say we, you mean we as in us?
Black
okay.
people.
Yeah, okay. I was just making sure. No, I was just making sure, because I was like, I don't know if you mean we as in
POC, people of color.
Okay. Yeah, but don't you think it's a start, though? Because like I said, I really love, even though you was joking, I was like, that's really a fucking good idea. Like, even if it's for a 15-year-old.
Well, I wonder, like, for, like you said, for the people that are kind of, suffer from addiction or whatever, I wonder if they have something in place to where they have to, like, successfully complete, like, a drug or alcohol, program.
Sure. I know one thing, you better not be shooting up in that little bitty-ass home.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the homes are, like, 300 to 375 square feet, and I guess, like, the average cost to build one is $45,000. I think that's kind of expensive.
That is very expensive, because the ones at Home Depot are only $13,000.
I gotta look that up.
I wonder who's building them and how they came up with that number.
We also have to start looking at these contractors that are contracted into building these structures, building these new buildings, reinventing the ghetto. First. Because some of this stuff is overpriced, is overgouged, and they are definitely set to.
So why don't the Sienna Francis House go to Home Depot?
I wonder that
too. And they get 3 homes for
the
price of $45,000.
It depends, because they might be lining somebody's pockets. You don't know. Maybe.
Right. Again, that's a Shabazz right there. Line in the pockets. Okay. Line in the pockets. We got.
Also, I guess, is there supposed to be like a community center also? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
We got 10 more minutes. I definitely want to touch on this topic. We want to do a quick movie review. Everybody here, make sure you like and share. We want to do a quick movie review on 2 movies that's been popping on Facebook right now. Yo didn't get a chance to watch one. Like I said, I understand she's a busy woman. But Maxwell actually got to watch the one that I want to touch on. But let's get to the one that Yo don't know about first.
Girl in the Basement. I found that movie on Amazon Prime. It was $2.99 for me to rent it. I cried at the end of that movie. It was about a girl whose father had locked her in the basement for 20 years. And he had several children by her. He raped her and physically abused her while she was locked in the basement. Her mother and sister were upstairs, and they were not aware that all this time she was locked in the basement.
I don't understand how fucking 21, like, it was actually 22 years. Lifetime had it wrong, which I don't understand why Lifetime fucked up the ratio, the time. But this man, I want to say it again because I don't know. She was a little soft spoken with that. I'm gonna say it again. This man kidnapped his own daughter, put her in the basement, which was a storm shelter or a bomb shelter,
and it was soundproof
in the basement, and it was soundproof. But when I watched the movie, I said I'd have been screaming for 2 years straight, and this motherfucker, seriously.
I don't know if the room was soundproof or what.
Where do you watch it? When you watch it, you're gonna be so mad. You're like, oh no,
yeah.
Like when you watch it, it's so disturbing. You watch because they go from like year one, and he just raped her, and she had a kid by him. She cut her own umbilical cord. She down there by herself.
What happened to the kids?
7 kids.
Actually, it's sad, but he beat her while she was pregnant, and she immediately went into labor after that, and the baby was dead when she delivered the baby by herself, of course. It was very sad. It was actually sick.
Disturbing.
Mental illness is real. It was very sick.
No, but I feel like his wife was sick because listen.
Brandy said the room was soundproof.
Yolanda,
it was soundproof.
You are a strong-minded woman. If you had a husband, are you going to allow your husband to go down there? He locks the door and locks it when he goes down there, and when he comes out the basement, he locks the door. You going to let your husband have his own area of the house for 21 years?
Oh, and I don't know. I mean, I don't go down there and check shit out. Oh, no.
At all.
In one part of the movie,
man cave or not.
She had 7 kids with him. Yeah.
7.
Yeah. In one part of the movie, the sister did get to the basement. She got down there, and he quickly got down there and confronted her. She wasn't able to discover like the secret room that was down there where her sister was locked at.
I think that scared me for all families from
it's
here on
sick.
out. Like after watching that movie, ain't no motherfucker. I want to go in your closet, check shit in your closet.
When you think about that and like the movie Precious and stuff, it's sad to think that these type of things really happen in people's households.
I never watched Precious either. That's sick.
It's sick.
I never watched.
But it's sad to think that this really happens in people's households.
I'm gonna check it out.
Like this type of dysfunction goes on, but I think that's why social workers, are critical.
But I couldn't get into
But I guess the reason no authorities or anybody, they thought she ran away because she had just turned 18 and graduated high school. So they just chalked it up as she ran away with her boyfriend.
But 21 years, listen.
Yeah.
What he pulled off was astronomical.
Yeah.
21
Where'd
years.
the kids go?
They were down there too, and these kids were like teenagers. By the time they found them, the kids were even like sad and crying because they was like, we don't have any friends, we don't know anybody, we want to go outside. And the kids start like freaking out towards the end, like, why can't we go outside?
The question is, the bigger question is, maybe the wife did know, but he didn't tell on his wife.
There ain't no motherfucking way she didn't.
That wife was
right.
sick of her. No, but in the movie,
she definitely didn't have a backbone.
They did give one of the babies to the wife on the porch.
He went and sat the baby on the porch and put like a note, pretending like
somebody gave the baby.
But she put a note in the baby.
He put the note pretending to be the daughter, saying, "Mom, I had this baby. I can't take care of this baby. Take care of him for me." And so the mom was like, "Oh my gosh, like she is alive. She, left this baby." And she
stuck a note in the baby diaper. This is what I understand.
He took it.
Put that note in the baby's ass. As vulgar as that sounds, Grandma gonna inspect this whole baby. I'd have stuck that motherfucking note so far up that baby ass. When he shit, it would have came out.
Oh my gosh.
She gave him a note.
But yes, he found the note. She put a note in there that said, "Mom, I'm locked in the basement. Call the police."
I would have stuck that note so far up my daughter's ass. She would have got caught.
They found the note. Yeah. He found the note, and so he was, he beat her for that, of course, and was like.
That's how she lost the other baby, though, right?
She lost.
She never left no marks on him. She never fought back.
She did. She tried to once. I think she hit him and she tried to run, but there were 2 doors and they were locked by a
passcode.
Numeric, passcode or whatever.
Man. And I said this too when I watched the movie. You have nothing but time in your hands. That motherfucker come in the room pushing that passcode, I'd have memorized the fucking sound of the numbers.
Yeah.
That would have been my goal for the next year. Yeah. When this nigga pressed, I'd be like, it's 3-2, 3-3-2.
Right. And then
I'd have been out that motherfucking basement. Like your boy Dave Chappelle said, you ain't locking no black woman in the basement.
Oh, no, not for no 21 years. I'm gonna tell you one thing. your ass is going back upstairs with something
Stab
on
wounds.
it.
Yeah.
Black eye. I'm gonna be ripping that lip. I'm gonna be doing something.
She tried to. He had given her a can opener, and she had a can of tuna that she
tried to
opened.
fight, but-
So she took the edge of it and she made like a shank with it, and she tried to slice his throat with it. But of course, he got it and
I
he
don't
beat her for
understand. The
that.
only thing I didn't understand about that, you can't kill the only motherfucker that has access to you getting out.
Yeah.
So she was in a situation to where
He kind of had
like, what's she
leverage
gonna do
there
if she
because
kill
he
him?
was like, if you kill me, you're locked in here forever. Nobody's ever going to find you.
It's a crazy story, yo. I'm telling you. It's a
How
great
she
movie.
ended up getting out is the oldest daughter had an asthma attack and was about to die, and so he had a failed attempt. He tried to kill them. He actually put a water hose in the. Oh, okay. Well, he tried to kill her and the kids, and he was unsuccessful. So the daughter had an asthma attack. They went to the hospital. And so finally, she convinced him, like she
I know you
begged
was
him.
screaming at the TV.
I was
too.
I was crying too, but she begged him, like, please, we need to go to the hospital. She's gonna die. He was like, maybe it's for the better that she dies.
Let's read some of these comments for this movie.
Yeah.
We still got to do Coming to America.
Brandon
Mira,
said it was a true story.
it is, and it's sad. I think it happened somewhere overseas. Mira says, I've never seen the movie. Was the mother, wife in the house? How she? You would think. But I guess from what the other daughter said, he beat the mom, and the mama was in the hospital for like 2 days because he beat the mom one time. So the mom was kind of,
out of it,
passive a little bit. She didn't want to really ruffle his feathers.
We got one more movie to talk about, and Yo-Yo watched this. We know, we all did. It's part of our culture. We had to watch Coming to America. It's culture. It's a part of our culture. We had to watch it. Coming to America. We want to give our reviews we just want to be critics for a minute on Coming to America. Let's start with Yo-Yo due to the fact that she didn't really get to speak much on The Girl in the Basement because she hasn't watched it.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on Coming to America?
Okay, so the nostalgia of Coming to America made me enjoy every single minute of it.
I agree with you.
I mean, I just love the fact of seeing everybody 33 years later. I would have liked to see
they even did the
Lisa's
girls want to
sister.
fill my breast. They even did the twin sisters. Yep.
I wanted to see Lisa's sister and Daryl, but they didn't come on.
Lisa's sister.
Daryl had that Jerry curl. The Jerry curl.
Soul Glow.
Yeah. I would have liked to see them, but I loved James Earl Jones, in that bed, still cussing out Simi till this day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love the fact that Eddie Murphy had all girls and he was teaching them, how to fight and be queens and stuff like that. I thought the movie was great.
I think people hating on it, but nobody wants to take it into consideration. Movies are going to be different until we open fully back up.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they did that at Rick Ross' home.
Yeah,
and a lot
they
of
did.
people,
Yes,
and a lot of people ain't realizing that. But you got to listen. What social media did to us was they made us the worst critics. We can't wait to find something wrong with something just to have something to talk about. But I'm being honest with you, like you said, the nostalgic of that movie, everything that movie stood for, the black empowerment in the movie, the black people in that movie. That movie was everything I stand for and everything I love the culture of just being black.
Me too.
So when I get to see Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall, listen. For years, Arsenio Hall was talked about because he kissed Eddie Murphy's ass or whatever. But when I seen this man on the Breakfast Club and how he spoke highly of all his relationships with other celebrities, that man is dope. And he's underrated as an actor. And
Arsenio is underrated because he actually, at Universal Studios, he asked them to implement a black intern program. And that's where John Singleton got his start.
No shit. See, nobody knows that.
Yep.
She just dropped a jewel on us. John Singleton got his start because Arsenio Hall got some shit opened up at the fucking Universal.
Opened an internship.
She just dropped a jewel on us.
For black
I'm pro-black and I love everything about our culture. And like I said, that movie to me, we can find flaws in any fucking movie.
Right.
But we have to. I also I took away the points that they wouldn't get, which is coronavirus hit. They did this on the wing. The script was written within like a year and a half, and Eddie Murphy used his own money for this movie.
Yes, he did.
It's so much shit.
He funded the whole movie.
And keep in mind how many actors like Wesley Snipes. Shout out to Wesley Snipes. That motherfucker was funny in that movie.
Yes, he was.
I didn't know he had humor like that.
Yes, he was.
Because he already got to play the Mad Black Man.
Yes, the Mad Black Man or the Mortal Kombat Black Man. You know what I mean? You know, kung fu fighting and stuff.
But that's
like
the dope little shit that you don't catch. Like you're catching one of our greatest actors as far as him being a drug dealer, as far as him being a karate dude, and now we get to see him like smile and dance and like jokes.
I love that. I love when he made an entrance. That was funny. That was super funny.
Teresa, you now watching? It says Teresa's watching. It says Teresa's watching.
What's
your opinion on? We didn't get your opinion yet. What's your opinion?
I actually fell asleep twice watching Coming to America.
Because you worked all day? Or you playing with
Reggie
Bubba?
said, great show.
I watched it with the kids even, and I still fell asleep watching it.
We got like 1 more minute though.
Okay, but what I did see of it, I liked it. The only thing I was like, is anybody going to do a DNA test?
Oh, damn.
No,
let's talk about that. Before we go, let's talk about that. Where the fuck was the DNA test? I was saying, I kept saying they was gonna do a DNA test. It's gonna not be his, and he's still gonna let him be a part of the kingdom.
That's what I was thinking was gonna be the storyline.
The DNA test, I think it was too technical of a thing on the budget. You know what I mean? I think it was too technical to add in a DNA test when they just wanted to just run with it because his dad said, you have a son.
Okay.
He went off of everything his dad said, no matter what.
Okay.
And so Simi knew about it. So since they all knew about it, and that little the little, what was he? Little witch doctor?
Yeah, that's
he said, follow the Thunderbird. Follow the Thunderbird. See?
He was funny.
So, and I think that's another thing too, you know, with black people, we really do listen to our elders and we really do take their advice and stuff like that. We really do run with most of the things that they do say and trust them.
So, on a 5 stars to 1, you give it a what?
5.
All right, you give it a what?
A 3.
Yeah, you were sleeping the whole fucking movie. I give it I give it a 5 as well. And like I said, it's more than just the actual cadence of what was going on. It's about who was in it. It was about what they represented, and they representing us in the most trying time of our life, which is the pandemic that we still go through. I just watched 3 or 4 of the best college basketball teams in the country have to drop out of the tournament just because they dealing with the COVID. So we got to just enjoy shit right now for what it is. And something as simple as entertainment, the girl in the basement was very entertaining but very sad at the same time.
I never watched that again.
Yeah, and then you have Coming to America. That's what I'm saying. So we can watch these things, like we can watch Girl in the Basement be sad that this happened to her. Yeah. Let's find beauty in these black actors getting together, putting a dope script together in a little time frame during a pandemic and some shit we ain't never been through. Yeah, it was dope. So this is the closing of the show. You got anything to say, Yo-Yo? This is Yo-Yo. She will be back. She will be back. We working out contracts with Yo-Yo. She'll be back.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
and Maxwell, Anthony, that dude Johnson, this is the smartest dumb people. Y'all have a great night.